Earn Your Way to the Paralympics. This is an 8th grade math review. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your students, and it's project-based learning. So they're going to be doing math, social studies, and language arts. This is the slide deck the students are going to see. So there's also a deck for teacher instructions and a teacher key. And then there are also printables if you would prefer that they use printable worksheets instead of the Google Slides. So that's optional. So on their slide deck, you're going to begin with explaining to the students they have to overcome 8 different challenges and travel to different cities around the world to earn their spot on the Paralympic team. So they're going to answer math questions, and they're going to learn about different cultures as they travel around the world. They're going to keep a journal of their experiences, keep track of their progress on a map, maintain a travel itinerary, and take photos of the cities they visit. And they're actually going to be importing photos from Google Slides. When they finish any slide, they're going to click on the soccer ball, and that will direct them to the next slide. So these are not all in order. There's some slides they're going to go back to 8 different times. So they want to always click on the soccer ball so they know where to go next. The first math task is in Los Angeles. So if they complete all of the math problems correctly, they're going to earn a bus ticket. So if they make any errors, you can just send it back to them for corrections. And then when they get them all correct, they can move on. So the first math task is transformations. And students are going to use the fill color feature of Google Slides and to show a reflection across the y-axis and then translate 4 units down. So to do that, they're going to use this fill color feature of Google Slides. So they want to click and hold in any of the squares that they want to color in. So they're click and hold, and they're just going to scroll across. And they're going to come up here to this fill color bucket. If they click on it, they get all of these different colors that they can choose from. So they pick the color they want. And then there'll be 2 more squares that they want to fill in. And there they've shown their transformation. Because there are 2 different transformations, one's a reflection, one's a translation, they're going to get 5 points for each one they do correctly, for a total of 10 points. Now when they're done, they just click on the soccer ball. And once they've gotten a score of 10, they can click on the soccer ball and move on. Then it shows that they've earned their bus ticket to Los Angeles, and they're going to move from here to some research. So next they're going to do some research on Los Angeles. They're going to type in the day's date and then the sport they're competing in. So they want to see a list of the different sports to choose. They click on this soccer ball, and that looks like I need to fix that one. It goes all the way down to, let's see, down to this one. It's the very last slide. And it tells all of the Paralympic sports that they can choose from. For example, wheelchair tennis, para-canoe. So once they've chosen their sport, they can click back on the soccer ball. It'll take them right back to slide 7. So again, I need to play with that a little bit. So here they're going to put in the date, the sport they're competing in, name 2 sites in Los Angeles they'd like to see, and some favorite foods eaten in Los Angeles. Once they get these 3 boxes all filled out, go to slide 8. Now this is the itinerary. So they're going to come back to this slide 8 different times. And each time they're just going to fill in 1 row. So for Los Angeles is already printed in here. The other cities, they're going to have to type in the city. They're going to type in here the number of miles traveled from their home to Los Angeles, the date they arrived, and the type of transportation, which would be a bus if they're in the United States. Then when they're done filling in just that 1 row, they're going to go on to the next slide. And there'll be a map. So they're going to come back to this map 8 different times also. So each time they get earn a ticket to a city, they're going to find that city at the bottom, click and hold, and then move it next to a pink circle here that will show Los Angeles. We don't want to cover up that soccer ball. So they've also got Tokyo, Rio de Janeiro, Chicago, Cape Town, Cairo, etc. So all they do is just move the one city that they're moving to next, click on the soccer ball, and that'll take them to their journal entry. So they're going to write about what happens to them in that first competition. They're going to talk about their sport, and they're just going to be creative, do some creative writing, use complete sentences and lots of detail. Once they're done filling this out, so they just double click in here and then they can type. Then they click on the soccer ball. And here they're going to import 3 photos of Los Angeles, and they're going to do this with every single city. So to do this, they want to come up here to insert image, search the web. So insert image, search the web. Then they get a little search bar here on the right-hand side. They're going to type in Los Angeles or whatever city that they're visiting. Hit enter. And then all these photos come up. So they're going to want to choose 3 of the photos and then import them and fit them into these 3 squares. So because they're square shaped, they might want to pick one of these that is a square shape. It'd be a little bit easier. So once they pick the picture they want, they click on it and click insert. Now it's going to come up too large, so these little squares, blue squares that are on the edges, they can click and hold on those, move toward the center, and it'll make that picture smaller. I'm going to play around with it till they get it to fit. And then there's a little blue circle right here, and if they click on the blue circle, they can move it. They want to move it into place. And they want 3 different pictures. So when they're done with that, they're going to click on the soccer ball. Then they go to Math Task 2, which is in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And they're just going to repeat all of the steps that they did for Los Angeles. They're going to do that with 8 different cities. When they're finished, they're going to get a little congratulations at the end. So it takes a little bit of time, a lot of fun for the students. My students who finished early, I gave them a little project that they could create postcards for every city and send them home. So that will keep some of the students busy that finish first. So this is Earn Your Way to the Paralympics 8th grade math review.